dañuy wax 2 weeks bu nekk dina am ñoo xam ne dinañu win bedroom set boo xam ne dafa ànd ak dressing table ba cupboard ba lal bi ak side table ba yëpp wala ñu win nag ma ne toogu yoo xam ne ñu toogu yu baax yu óor yu dëgër pour saal bi moom la ñoo win billahi Gamcel defati na ko Gamcel defati na ko Gamcel nee na rek billahi Gamcel defati na ko kër la ñuy joxe $100 rek nga xoos dugal ci sa biir mobile nga si ko soxla ba pare win ci kër tey waay Gamcel defati na ko waay Gamcel defati na ko waay ma ne kër la ñuy joxe kër ak ay bedroom set ak ay sofa yoo xam ne yii kenn mënu la ko wax ci taaru ci rafet tey Gamcel.
Welcome back. Renegade soldiers in Mali say they have overthrown the civilian government. The mutineers have suspended the constitution and dissolved all state institutions. The renegade soldiers are said to be angry with the government's handling of the Tuareg rebellion in the country's north. President Ahmed Toumani Touré is believed to be under the protection of loyalist troops in a military barracks. We have more on the fast-moving development in this report.
The CNRDR, under the authority of the Armed Forces of Mali, have decided to assume responsibility and to end the incompetent regime of Amadou Toumani Touré. The announcement of the mutiny was broadcast by rebel troops on Malian state television at around 4 a.m. on Thursday morning. They said a national curfew was in effect and that the constitution had been suspended. We ask the people of Mali to remain calm. We firmly condemn any act of vandalism or theft. The mutiny broke out on Wednesday evening at the military garrison in Kati, located 15 kilometers from Bamako. The rebels advanced swiftly on the capital. In the confusion, traffic on the main roads was snarled. Even vehicles on the bridge leading to the city center were forced to turn back. Gunfire could be heard throughout the night. The rebels claim that they had taken the presidential palace has been denied by witnesses. However, the rest of the capital appears to be under rebel control. Sporadic gunfire was heard, perhaps of the rebels celebrating their victory. Residents in Bamako barricaded themselves in their homes after having stocked up on provisions. Others fled the city. They stole my car. This pains me. We're afraid. We're afraid of being attacked by vandals who will take advantage of this situation. Forces loyal to President Touré said that he had been taken to a security base in Bamako, where he is directing military operations against the rebels.
The suspect behind France's recent deadly shooting incident has been shot dead by police in Toulouse. Mohamed Merah was shot dead by a police sniper after a 30-hour siege. Police say Merah was planning to escape during a ferocious firefight with police when he was gunned down by a police sniper. The French of Algerian descent, according to detectives, had previous encounters with the law. We have more on the one France's deadliest serial killers in this report.
The dead of night and police move into an area of Toulouse. The dark silence pierced by gunshots echoing across an empty street. A dramatic climax to the biggest manhunt in France for decades. In the cold light of a wet morning, police reinforcements arrive and surround suspected terrorist Mohamed Merah. Toulouse feels like a city consumed with terror, the wail of sirens echoing and everyone asking whether Merah was alone or if there are more terrorists here. Some of the victims were Jewish, a rabbi, his 2 sons and a 7-year-old girl sent to Israel for burial. And soldiers were apparently targeted because of France's 4,000-strong military presence in Afghanistan. Merah perhaps unaware he'd shot fellow Muslims. This is the tough neighborhood of Toulouse that Merah came from. Off camera, this gang of young men who knew Merah attacked us as we tried to talk to them. It was pretty scary. Within minutes of us arriving, we were rushed. Someone grabbed my phone. We were roughed up. Someone made a grab for our camera. And we were very lucky to get away without being seriously injured. French officials say Merah visited the Afghan-Pakistan border area twice. The first time he was detained and handed over to French troops, and was then repatriated. The French Interior Minister says he belonged to an obscure Salafist group called Forzan Eliza, known for its opposition to the ban on full veils in France. A YouTube video purports to show Forzan members staging simulated firefights with paint guns and practicing hand-to-hand combat. CNN cannot independently verify the authenticity of this video. The French authorities tell CNN Merah had been under surveillance by French intelligence, and his lawyer confirms Merah had even been jailed just last month for motoring offences, the latest in a series of convictions for more minor crimes.
The neighborhood of Izard is characterized by delinquency due to drugs. He never had a history of this, but he had a history of theft.
But it's left analysts wondering whether French intelligence has failed catastrophically to intervene.
It seems to me at this stage that there has been a failure in the sense of this guy not being given enough priority in terms of the threat he actually posed to France itself.
A lone wolf terrorist gunman is the nightmare scenario for intelligence agencies, but everyone in France is wondering if there are others like Mohamed Merah waiting to strike. Dan Rivers, CNN, Toulouse.
It's now time for the weather report, courtesy of the Central Forecast Office.
The Gambia is endowed with a wonderful landscape full of baobab trees. Like its Cape Point in Bakau, it is one of the most exotic sceneries in the world. The baobab tree is a symbol of resilience, wisdom, and resourcefulness. For the baobab tree provides good food in times of hunger, rents its bark for medications, and its sap for glue. In the Gambia, there is a company like the baobab tree, 100% African and purely Gambian in all aspects, in know-how, design, value, capital, and management. That company is Elton. Elton, employing hundreds of Gambians and proudly associating itself with development in the Gambia. Elton, side by side with the Gambia.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the weather segment. As usual, we begin with the summary followed by the forecast. We experience a cool, dry and stable atmosphere in the early hours of the morning, whilst warm and sunny atmosphere in the afternoon. To know what prevailed over the rest of the continent, we propose a look at the image captured at 16:30 hours, indicating the presence of clear skies and stable conditions over most parts of the continent, while some convections were seen over the central and part of the southern continent. For the forecast tonight, we'll be expecting a cool, breezy atmosphere to prevail over the entire country onwards morning, whilst the day tomorrow will be warm and sunny, particularly in the afternoon. Winds will vary between northwest and north in orientation, and they will both be light to moderate in speed. For the morning temperatures, we'll be expecting them to vary between 20 degrees Celsius to 22 degrees Celsius, whilst for the afternoon temperatures, they will vary between 30 degrees Celsius to 36 degrees Celsius. For those going to sea, we'll be expecting a low tide of 0.19 meters at 4:12 a.m. and also 0.42 meters at 4:22 p.m. For the high tides, we'll be expecting 1.68 meters at 10:43 a.m. and also 1.74 meters at 10:51 p.m. For the wave heights, they will vary between 2 to 3 meters high, and they will be mainly northerly swells. The sun will rise at 7:09 and will set at 19:18. We now take a quick look at the international forecast. Thanks for being a part of today's broadcast, and do have a very good night.
Before we go, a reminder of our headlines. Efforts to mechanize agricultural production in the country have moved by several notches with the signing of a contract agreement in that regard between the government and a company based in South Africa. Gambian men and women under arms serving in Sudanese region of Darfur have received an accolade from Professor Ibrahim Gambari, the Joint Special Representative of the United Nations and